Quack, quack.
Here and a
Quack, quack.
there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a
Back.
here and a
Back.
there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm.
E-I-E-I-O. What a great song! I love it! I don't mind this song either. And it's perfect music because we're here to celebrate a little bit. We just kicked off this campaign contest on September 6th, Labor Day, and within 2 days had over $2,000 to help our friends at the Oconto Area Humane Society. All right, let's get some lights on. Well, if you're just tuning into this for the first time and you're saying, I have no idea what is going on, that's okay. We'll get you up to speed. So here's the deal, okay? I'm Willy Wonka. Well, for this campaign I am anyway. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to raise awareness and raise finances for the Oconto Area Humane Society. Like a lot of businesses, like a lot of organizations, through this extended pandemic, they've been hit hard. Their mission continues to grow, the demand continues to grow, but guess what? Their finances have gone down and down and down and down. So we got to help them out, right? And so we're putting on this campaign, and you can see all kinds of stuff on the workbench that I'll try to explain what it's all about so that you can get involved, because I know you want to get involved. I know you want to help. I know you want to make a difference. So before I introduce to you the Heroes for Hank, let me show you some things on the workbench. So basically what we're doing is we're asking for folks to donate a minimum of $50. And in doing that, you're gonna get a Wonka bar, just like this. Now you might be saying, wow, that must be really good chocolate for $50. Well, that's not the end of the story. You get a Wonka bar, but inside of that Wonka bar could very well be a golden ticket. And if you end up getting one of the golden tickets, like the movie that we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of this month, September 23rd, it was introduced back in 1971. And so 50 years ago, that original movie rolled out with Gene Wilder, and you know the story, all those fun characters, the Oompa Loompas, represented by my little friends right here. And so if you happen to get a golden ticket, what do you get? Well, let me tell you. Basically, you're going to have an opportunity to win some really, really, really yummy European chocolate. I'm zooming in slow just to be dramatic, you know me. So there's going to be 5 golden tickets among those 100 Wonka bars, okay? If you get a golden ticket, and you might be saying, well, Scott, what does a golden ticket look like? I'm glad you asked. So, you received this in the mail. Let's say that you made a $100 donation. So you're gonna get 2 Wonka bars, right? So you open the first one. Let me set this one right here. You open the first one and you go, this smells like really good chocolate. And it is. It's really, really good. So you don't delay, you don't dilly-dally. You just rip it open, right? Oh, bummer. Well, I still have some good chocolate, and maybe like Charlie said in the movie, maybe that golden ticket just doesn't make the chocolate taste very good anyway. But with each bar, kind of peel this back a little bit, you get, I believe it's 18 pieces of absolutely drop-dead delicious European chocolate made in Germany. Just like the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was made in Munich, Germany. And this stuff is to die for. It's absolutely delicious. So that's okay. We made a $100 donation. You got 2 Wonka bars. The first one, all you get is chocolate. But you never know what might be in that second or third or fourth or fifth chocolate bar. So let's check it out right now. Here's our second Wonka bar that we received in the mail from the workshop. And we're gonna rip this one open as well and see, did we by some chance get a golden ticket? Yeah, baby! And that's what it would look like right there, just inside of the flap. A golden ticket. And it reads, if you weren't a part of the last premiere, it reads, Cow Country Vintage Sewings Golden Ticket. Greetings to you, the lucky finder of this golden ticket from Mr. Scott Geller. Present this ticket at the workshop gates and do not be late. You may bring with you one member of your family and only one, but no one else. In your wildest dreams, you cannot imagine the marvelous surprises that await you. Oh my goodness gravy. So this is why folks are jumping into this contest fundraiser, because they can get a Wonka bar mailed to them, or if you're local to the workshop, it'll be dropped off at the Humane Society, and then you can stop over there and pick up your Wonka bar and then rip it open just like we did and see whether or not you got a golden ticket. This is absolutely crazy fun. Now, ultimately, when the contest is done and over with on the 23rd of September, why did I pick the 23rd of September? I picked the 23rd of September because that's the debut day that the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie came out back in 1971. And so that's why the contest is ending on the 23rd of September. So when that contest ends, I'm going to take off my trusty hat, my Willy Wonka hat, and all of the golden ticket winners that have been identified, all of those tickets are going to be dropped into this hat, all 5 of them, assuming that we found all 5 golden tickets. Otherwise, it'll be less than 5. Hopefully, if we sold all 100 chocolate bars, then all 5 golden tickets will have been sent out, and that person will have found them, and they'll be like, I can't believe it! Kind of like I was just a little bit ago when I opened up this chocolate bar and we found that golden ticket hidden inside. Yeah. So one by one, those golden tickets will be pulled out of this hat. The 5th golden ticket, the 4th golden ticket, the 3rd golden ticket, the 2nd golden ticket, and finally, the last, which would be like Charlie's golden ticket out of this hat. Now, what does that translate to? Well, if you're that last golden ticket that gets pulled out, you're golden ticket number 1. Then you're not only going to win all of this fabulous European chocolate, and this as well, also this European chocolate here. These are truffles, by the way, made in Germany, and they are to die for. And then each of these bars is a different flavor. All of this German chocolate as well. This happens to be sea salt caramel. And if you like it spicy, this one is dark chili. This is traditional milk extra creamy. Then we've got dark orange almond. We've got dark chocolate, 85% cocoa. That's really cocoa-y. Then we've got dark 70% cocoa, a little bit less cocoa-y, but still very cocoa-y. And then we've got dark sea salt caramel. And last but certainly not least, one of my absolute favorites, we've got dark mint. Look at that treasure trove of European chocolate. It's just amazing. And each one of these chocolate bars has 5 individual chocolate bars within it. So when you're opening this up and you have your family members or friends nearby, you can share, you can be generous, because you got 5 in every one of these. So look at that. And you can only imagine being imported from Germany, genuine, authentic German chocolate, how much this is valued at. It's absolutely nuts. So each of the golden tickets that's drawn out of the hat receives a treasure trove of authentic German chocolate, just like this. I mean, it's like going to the factory in the movie and getting a lifetime supply of chocolate, depending on how quickly you eat it, that is. You get a huge treasure trove of authentic German chocolate. And like I said, you also get this box of original chocolate truffles made in Germany. Made in Germany. And if you want to talk about ways to make yourself salivate, ways to make drool run down your mouth, just like one of the puppies at the Humane Society that we visited, when they get really excited, guess what? They got drool coming down both sides of their mouth, just like this. And this is what happens to you as a human when you get your mitts on some of this stuff. So if you're any of those golden ticket winners taken out of this hat that I'm wearing right now, you're going to get this treasure trove of European chocolate. And I would conservatively estimate the value of the chocolate alone being close to $50. So between the truffles and the chocolate bars, you're looking at a value of around $50. So why wouldn't you donate, right? Why wouldn't you donate? Because if you're one of the golden ticket winners, even if you're not the last one pulled out of the hat like Charlie, you're going to get this treasure trove of European chocolate, all of these chocolate bars, all of these truffles, all made in Germany, just like the movie was made in Germany, in Munich, Germany. But that's not the end of it. If you're any of those golden ticket winners pulled out of the hat, you're also going to get a $50 Joann Fabrics gift card as well. And Joann Fabrics is all over the country. So you're going to get about $50 worth of German chocolate, which is to die for, plus you're going to get a $50 Joann's gift card as well. It's a $100 value for all of those folks that end up finding a golden ticket like we just did. If I can get my mitts on it. If you end up getting one of these in your Wonka bar, you're going to automatically be getting the chocolate and the $50 Joann Fabrics gift card. A $100 value. So if you decide all I'm going to do is make a minimum donation of $50, you've already doubled the value of your donation if you're one of those golden ticket winners. Again, there's going to be 5 golden tickets among those 100 Wonka bars. There's going to be 100 of these, and in that 100 pile of chocolate bars, there's going to be 5 golden tickets. So, and this one is just for display, obviously, for our premiere. There's going to be 5 golden tickets beyond this one that I have for display to show you in all of those Wonka bars going out all over the country. So the sooner you jump on this, the sooner you're going to have an opportunity to net one of those golden tickets. And at a minimum, you're going to get all of this incredible German chocolate, these truffles, and all of this yummy chocolate on top of it, plus the Joann Fabrics gift card, $100 value for the whole package for that golden ticket winner. If you're the last golden ticket coming out of this hat, then you're going to get all of that, plus you're going to get either an actual or a virtual tour of the workshop and be able to you're going to be the first person in history to see my personal collection, over 200 machines from around the world that I've collected over 2 decades. And after you've gone through and looked at all of those machines, you get to pick the one that you want, and I'll fully restore it for you. How cool is that? And you want to talk about value for all of those golden ticket winners. They're going to get this chocolate plus that Joann Fabrics gift card, $100 value for that package right there. That final golden ticket coming out of the hat is going to get all of this plus their choice of machines. Some of the machines in my personal collection are worth thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. Kind of like the unique machine that I'm going to show you shortly that was built in Germany, and it was built by the Adler Sewing Machine Company. All of you have heard of Adler. Adler is like an icon of sewing machine makers out of Germany, along with Pfaff for sure. But a lot of people even look at Adler more, with it originating all the way back in the 1860s as really the originator of that world-class quality of sewing machines that came out of Germany. The Adler brand is worldwide adored. It's, you know what I'm saying? People love it. People love the Adler brand, and yet they're so rare. Even average Adler machines are so rare, you seldom, if ever, see them. Well, I've got my mitts on one that's going to knock your socks off, and I'm going to give it as a special incentive to this campaign, and I'll explain what that looks like shortly after we take a look at our heroes for Hank that have stepped out of the shadows already and have brought us to a point of being almost at 50% of our goal for this campaign. Almost 50% of our goal just within the first days of the campaign, most certainly within the first week. But don't let that cause you to sit back and go, oh, they got it covered. They don't need me. There's nothing further from the truth. We absolutely need your help because we're only about 50% of the way to the goal, and our time is quickly running out for this campaign. So if you want to get your mitts on some absolutely blow your mind German chocolate that I've just shown you, plus that Joann Fabrics gift card, plus if you're the last ticket to come out of the hat, the last golden ticket to come out of the hat, then you're also, on top of having that chocolate, on top of having that $50 Joann Fabrics gift card, you're also going to have your choice of any machine that is available in my personal collection. Any machine that you get your eyeballs on and you say, I want that one. That's the one that I want. I'm going to fully restore it for you, and you'll get that machine, plus you'll get the chocolate, plus you'll get the Joann's gift card on top of it, the $50 gift card, so that you can pick up more needles, thread, fabric, whatever you want to pick up at Joann's. That's going to be up to you. And again, you're going to have that if you're any of the golden ticket winners. Any of the 5 golden ticket winners, again, are going to get all of this chocolate plus the $50 gift card. That last one coming out of the hat is going to also get their pick of any of the machines in my personal collection, and I'll fully restore it for them. And again, because I know we're still kind of on again, off again with the pandemic, you can take that tour of the workshop and see parts of the workshop that no one has ever seen before, and see that personal collection of mine, which no one has ever seen before. You can either do that in person if you're comfortable doing that, or we'll do it virtually. And we'll connect on Facebook Messenger, and I'll walk you through the entire workshop, show you corners of the workshop that Slugworth would love to be able to see, but he can't because the Oompa Loompas are on guard. But the Oompa Loompas, when you arrive, they will tip their hat to you and say, "Welcome, my friend." And that's if you come in person or if you come virtually. It doesn't matter. So, incredible opportunity here. I'm talking a lot about chocolate. I'm talking about Joann Fabrics gift cards. I'm talking about getting one of my absolute crazy, where's my unicorn? Getting one of my absolute crazy unicorn sewing machines that you pick yourself from my personal collection. That is all amazing, crazy. Are you joking? Are you making this up? No, we're not. It's for real. It's for real. So, but beyond all of those wonderful treasures that you can get your mitts on if you're a golden ticket winner, the most important thing is we're going to be supporting a cause that needs our help desperately. Just as a lot of you stepped out to help out the History Museum in South Bend, Indiana, we have a local need now with this Oconto Area Humane Society. And the personal touch here is that Hank, all of you know Hank, that wonderful dog that you'll hear barking in the middle of a premiere because there's a sewing machine from somewhere around the world being dropped off at the workshop. And he'll announce it to the world. Everybody needs to know there's somebody here. It's FedEx, it's UPS, it's USPS, whoever it is, he wants everyone to know. Or if someone is delivering something in any way, he's always announcing it to the world. Hank was adopted from the Oconto Area Humane Society, and that's why I came up with the theme, Become a Hero for Hank. Become a hero for Hank, because at some point, Hank was in one of those kennels at the Oconto Area Humane Society. And if you didn't see that premiere where we walk through with Lexi, and you see all the dogs in the kennels, and you see all the other critters and the pocket pets, and you see the kitties and everything else that is waiting for their forever home, waiting to be adopted, you got to check out that premiere as well. I'm going to be putting all of these premieres associated with this fundraiser contest in one playlist. So if you come to the YouTube channel for Cow Country, look for that playlist that is going to basically read something like Oconto Area Humane Society fundraiser, blah, 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 blah. And you'll see all the videos there of us visiting, interviewing folks, and everything else. So you got to check that out so you really, really understand what's at stake here. All the expenses that this operation is getting hit with every single month, tens of thousands of dollars in bills. And you can make a difference by stepping into the light and stepping out of the shadows. Okay? So let's, with all of that blah, 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 let me put on some more music. And let's see who our heroes for Hank are at the earliest part of this campaign. Let's see who they are. And I'm going to put on one of my favorite songs. Y'all know it. I think y'all know it. I'm pretty sure you know it. Yeah, you know it. All right, let's come off the tripod and see these heroes for Hank. Because that's exactly what they are. They are heroes. And heroes for this great cause that we are working towards. And like before, you're going to find out it's a small army. A small army that loves kitties and puppies and hamsters and bunnies and birds and dogs. Yeah. Let's look at that first hero right now. Like a household name, Sonny and Craig from Pennsylvania. They are a hero for Hank, and they're a hero for this cause as well because they love critters. And Vito, who's a part of their family, oh my goodness gravy, he is a big, beautiful, lovey-dovey dog, and they're gonna do everything they can to help these critters. Yes, they are. Again, a household name. Mary out of Washington State is also quickly stepping into the light and saying, I want to be a hero for Hank. And boy, did she do that. She just knocked it out of the ballpark. You guys know Emma and Apollo out of Florida. And they also said, we want to be heroes for Hank. So they made it happen. Thank you again, Emma and Apollo. You guys are rocking it. Some Scott guy from Wisconsin and Hank. You all know Hank. I'm not sure about that Scott guy, but you know Hank. And I don't ask you guys to donate unless I'm going to also step out there and donate as well. Not just the sewing machine that I'm donating, not just the chocolate, not just the Joann Fabrics gift cards and all that stuff, but I'm also going to donate financially, and I did, on behalf of Hank and myself. Jody out of California. Jody is absolutely a sweetheart, and she believes in animals with such a passion it just makes your toes curl. And she's also had a number of machines that have come through this workshop. One is still here. It's a Wilcox & Gibbs, but I also prepared a golden machine for her as well that's now out with her in California. But all of these heroes on this board right here, they absolutely adore kitties like this and puppies like these and kitties and little babies like that. They absolutely adore them. And then on this other, well, you can see on this board right here, look at all this space that we have for more heroes for Hank. All of this space is still open. Come on, help me out, folks. Give the Humane Society a call. You're gonna see the number, you're gonna see the website, you're gonna see the email address, all in the description on this premiere. So go to the description, you'll find the link to go to their website to donate, and then you send them an email just saying, hey, this is so-and-so, I just donated for the Willy Wonka campaign, this little guy right down here. I just donated for the Willy Wonka campaign, and I want to get credit so that Scott will mail me one of those, where are they? One of those Wonka bars. And I am hoping that inside of my Wonka bar, there'll be a golden ticket. Yes, I am. So just do that. Go to the description. You'll have all the info you need so that you can fill this space up on this first board right here. I'm going on faith, so I already have another board set up over here. Look at all the space on that board. I even put a kitty and some beautiful birds for Bill on there, and just an absolutely gorgeous, is that a chocolate lab? Type in the chat if that's a chocolate lab puppy. I'm pretty sure that it is. But that's what this cause is all about, helping critters like these. And like these right here. And like this little critter right here. And the only one on this board right now is my dear friend, Paula Noel from Florida. Paula's alone. Come on, guys. Help her out. Look at all that space on the board, for goodness sakes. Don't leave Paula out in the dark. Don't leave her on her own. Come on. Go to the description, make a donation through the website, send an email to the folks at the Humane Society telling them I just donated, this is who I am, this is how much I gave, I'm looking for those Wonka bars to be heading towards me in the mail. And Lexi or one of her staff will shoot me that email and say, Scott, so-and-so just donated, what a blessing, what a crazy, blah! Would you please send them some of those Wonka bars because they are hoping and hoping and hoping that when they open up that cover, they're going to see gold. They're going to see a golden ticket. Scott, would you do that? Absolutely. I got you covered. So don't leave Paula Noel out in the cold. Don't leave her in this huge desert of empty space. We got to get some donations in so I can add those Heroes for Hank to all of this space right here that has nobody there right now. So you heard me say a couple of times, as you look at these two boards, these few Heroes for Hank, because of their generosity, have gotten us almost to 50% of our goal, about $2,200. You can count them as easily as I can. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that board, and then poor Paula on the other board, all by herself. We've only had 6 donations that have come in, and yet because of the generosity of those Heroes for Hank, because of their love of critters, they've taken us to a point of almost being at 50% of our goal. Our goal again is to get $5,000 to help out this cause. To help out the cause. Come on, guys, you can do it. I know you can. All of these critters are counting on you. Can they count on you? Yeah, they can. I know they can. I know they absolutely can count on you. Oh, that's one of our, at least for this campaign, that's one of our Oompa Loompas. Hey, guys. Yeah. So, what is the special incentive that I talked about? I'm going to show you in just a few seconds. But first of all, I'm going to show you a U.S. map that I prepared just for this campaign. Look at all of those states that are empty right now. If you see one of these little things, like in California, Washington State, over here in Wisconsin, over here in Pennsylvania, and over here in Florida, that's where the donations have come from so far. Just those locations. I'm just going to say it right now. Yeah, I am. That was a fun song, wasn't it? What about our folks in Oregon? What about our folks over in Nevada, Idaho, Montana, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming. Did I already say Idaho? If I didn't, Idaho. Where are you? Where are you folks in Idaho? What about Montana, Minnesota? What about Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, New York, Maine, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. What about Alaska? I've got people that have contacted me from Alaska a million, bazillion, gazillion times. Look at all of those empty states. I know that I have sent machines to every single one of those states over the many, many years that I've been doing this. And I'm asking you to step forward now. Put your life on pause. Make a difference for critters like these right there. Make a difference. If you're in any of those states that I just called out, any of those states, come on. Get off the couch, set down the remote. Unless you're watching some of the videos on my channel, then that's cool. That's totally cool. But we need your help. We need your help now. Please make a difference for these critters. Right, Doctor? Right, Mrs. Doctor? Yeah, it's so easy. You go to their website, again, in the description with this premiere, you're gonna see the link, you click it, it's secure, it's safe, it's quick, you make your donation, send that email over to the Oconto Area Humane Society. That link is there as well for the email. And you say, I just donated, this is me, this is my name, this is how much I gave, blah, 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 this is my address. And it gets forwarded to me, and then guess what happens? I prepare your Wonka bars, and again, keep your fingers and toes crossed, that might be inside a golden ticket. I've got a golden ticket, yes I do. So make a difference, would you folks? I know you can, I know you care, but I know you're busy. Put your life on pause, and make this happen, please. For all of those beautiful critters, like little guys like these, and like this gorgeous, gorgeous kitty, and even these birds. This local shelter also provides habitat and protection and care for birds as well. So you can make a difference. Now, what about that incentive that I mentioned like about a half an hour ago? I'm joking, not a half an hour ago, but it's been a while ago. Well, I mentioned the Adler Sewing Machine Company, world famous for making the finest sewing machines that have ever come out of Germany. I would even say that they're lifted at a higher accolade than Pfaff in many respects. Well, I have a treasure of a machine that was made, and let me tell you a little bit about the history of this machine while I pause this real quick. There we go. Okay. I had to click a screen on there too. So, like the National Sewing Machine Company that would do private branding for a lot of different sewing machine companies, Adler did some of that as well. Not to the extent that National did, but they did some of it. And because they were German-based, they always tried to look back and say, what is significant, what is profound about Germany? What are we so proud of? Well, one of the things that they're incredibly proud of, and let me go over to the computer real quick and kind of show you. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. That's exactly the chocolate right there. Alpine chocolate from Germany that comprises those Wonka bars. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. No, I'm salivating. All right. So over to the computer. I gotta swallow this real quick. What is this map about? Right here you can see on screen. Many of you know that I am a former Army guy and that I was stationed over in Germany. And when I was in Germany, I deployed to Saudi Arabia and just all kinds of stuff that soldiers do, right? But I was stationed right here in Hanau, Germany. And at the time I was attached to a Patriot battalion, and that's why we went to Saudi, was to set up the Patriot missiles to shoot down the Scud missiles that were being fired into Saudi Arabia to keep the Saudis safe. Just down the road from where I was stationed and where I lived for 3 years, I lived in Hanau for 3 years, right down the street is Munich. That's where the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was made back in 1971. Just down the road from where I lived for 3 years. How cool is that? But the other thing super cool about Hanau, where I lived, is there were 2 gentlemen, and here is a statue of them, and they were known as the Brothers Grimm, Grimm. They were known as the Brothers Grimm, and they became famous, as this statue kind of suggests. They're looking at a book, right? Why are they looking at a book? Does anyone know why they're looking at a book? Type in the chat if you know why the Brothers Grimm are looking at a book. And if you nail it, I'll probably send you something special, but you got to do it pretty daggone quick. So these two brothers, one was called Jacob. He was born right around 1785, and he died around 1863. And then his brother was Wilhelm, and Wilhelm was born around 1786, a year after his brother Jacob, and then he passed away in 1859. So these two brothers are loved and adored, particularly by Germans, but also people around the world, because of their authorship of children's books. They wrote over 200 books during their lifetime, specifically geared towards kids. And so in Hanau, again, where I lived, going back to that map real quick, in Hanau, where I lived, all over that city, including the downtown square that we'll see a picture of as well, there are statues or other things like that to honor these two men for their incredible contribution and gift of writing children's books. Again, over 200 books that they wrote during their lifetime for kids. And this is a shot of the actual statue that is in the city square in Hanau. I actually touched it, I walked past it, and I actually had a sandwich sitting near it, because I was just in so much in awe of what these men had done to help out kids and to give them a sense of wonder. Kind of like our whole campaign built around the Willy Wonka campaign. It's built around pure imagination, right? These two men brought pure imagination to the max through their books, Jacob and Wilhelm. And because of that, they're just adored in Germany. They're just lifted up in Germany. Seeing if there's another shot of the statue as well that I had a chance to have lunch by, and that I had a chance to reach out and touch and study in downtown Hanau when I was living there. But okay, this is all interesting, Scott. This is all really cool. Very, very cool. But what's the big deal? Well, why are you telling us this? Well, one of the stories that they wrote, see if I can put on a little bit more music. One of the stories that they wrote, and they were not the original authors of it, but like a lot of things, kind of like when we get ready to celebrate Christmas and that, there are people that celebrate Christmas all around the world, and instead of calling that character Santa, they might call them Kris Kringle or by some other name. And the same thing is true in Germany with regard to the character of, see if I can zoom in on him and you can take a look at him, you'll know straight away who I'm talking about. Robin Hood. Robin Hood is another one of the books that the Grimm brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm, ended up writing. And they wrote it with a German flavor to it, the Robin Hood story. And it's true of a lot of countries. When you take a story into a different country, they're going to give it their own spin. You know what I mean? And so, finally back to the other workbenches, I'm kneeling and probably killing my knees. One of the things that they wanted to do, and I think it was really a neat way to commemorate their contribution from a literary standpoint to that fabled story of Robin Hood, is they wanted a little miniature, or some people will call it a toy sewing machine, made. And that's where Adler stepped into the picture and private branded this machine for them. And there were only a very few number of these made. And you can see the quality of construction here. It's got a wood turn handle and everything like that. I'm moving it with one finger. Give you an idea how easily it turns. So on the front, with the German version at least, they've got a cute little fairy on the front of it. But if we turn the machine around, we have the German version of, from a child's eyes, Robin Hood. And Robin Hood apparently in the German version has a puppy, which I thought was just perfect considering we are supporting the Oconto Area Humane Society. And that is a very trusting puppy. If you can see in the shot, that puppy is sitting still with an apple on its head, and Robin Hood, who hopefully does not need glasses, is getting ready to shoot that apple and put an arrow right through the middle of it without hurting the puppy. So don't get on the phone right now and start calling PETA and say Robin Hood is abusing dogs, because he was a really good shot. And I'm sure that the story ended perfectly with the puppy, not getting harmed. And he probably got a couple treats out of it as well. But this is an incredibly rare hand crank machine that was made in honor of the Brothers Grimm because of their contribution over so many years in contributing, again, over 200 stories that were geared specifically for children. And as I said in my Facebook post, from the research I was able to do, the majority of these that were made in Germany by Adler for honoring the Brothers Grimm, those authors of the 200 books that I'm sure just left German children just in awe, and as they were translated around the world, left other children in awe as well. The majority of these machines that were made were destroyed or lost, because this machine is going to be from about the 1920s, 1930s. So between World War II and just all the other changes in Germany over those years, over those decades, the majority of these machines were lost. I've never, ever seen a machine like this in all of the years that I've been doing this. And my research indicates that there's less than 10 of these in the world, maybe even 5. So the big deal here is I want to offer this machine to any that will donate a minimum of $50 over this coming week. And I've got to look at my calendar so I get it right. Hold on a second. Oh, and of course I've got to hit my fingerprint as I'm holding this camera. Ah! Oh, galloping gumdrops. Don't you hate that? Security is good, I get that, but when you're trying to hold a camera and you're trying to do this at the same time, it's a little bit awkward. Okay, I think I almost have it. So the special incentive, so you can try to get your mitts on this incredibly rare Robin Hood theme machine that was made to honor the Brothers Grimm, that wrote 200 plus children's stories in Germany. You need to make a donation to the Humane Society. The minimum is $50 between the 13th of September and the 17th of September. So that's this coming Monday, the 13th, and set by the 17th on Friday, it ends. Matter of fact, I'm going to end it probably around high noon Central Time, okay? So you need to contact the Humane Society. Again, you'll see all the contact information in the description on this premiere. Between the 13th and the 17th of September, you make a minimum $50 donation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a special drawing. So anyone that donates between the 13th and the 17th, the Humane Society will contact me. I'll get your name, and your name will be dropped into the hat so that I'll do a special drawing specifically for the people that donated for this incentive. And you'll still get a Wonka bar. Let me clarify that. You're still going to get a Wonka bar, okay? That might have a golden ticket in it. But in addition to that, you're going to get entered into this special contest where I'm going to take off my hat just like Willy Wonka's. And any of those that donated between the 13th and the 17th, I'm going to be dropping your name in. So if you've already donated, you have to donate again, which is not a big deal because it's a great cause, right? So if you already donated, to get into this special drawing for this special incentive to win this incredibly rare German-made hand crank machine to honor the Brothers Grimm, you've got to donate a minimum of $50. For every $50 donation you make, your name gets dropped into the hat again and again and again and again. You don't have to get a golden ticket. You still might get a golden ticket on top of that with the Wonka bar, but all you have to do between the 13th and the 17th of September is you have to make a targeted donation to the Humane Society. Minimum donation is $50, but if you end up donating $100, your name is going to get entered into this special drawing and put into this hat twice. If you make a $200 donation, you'll get your name in the hat 4 times, and so on and so forth. Every $50 donation will get you a Wonka bar, and it's going to get you entered into this special incentive contest where you can win this incredibly rare hand crank machine that Adler made to specifically honor the Brothers Grimm from Hanau, Germany, that wrote all of those wonderful children's books, including this one apparently with the German version again of Robin Hood, where there's a puppy also in the plot of the story as well. Again, in the thousands and thousands and thousands of machines that I've touched over these years that I've been doing this, I've never, ever, ever, ever seen a machine like this. And all of my research indicates that they only made a handful of these. Most of them were lost and destroyed from the 1920s and 30s when these machines would have been coming out. And this is, I'm going to say confidently, this is one of approximately 10, maybe 5 of its type in the world. One of 10 or 5 of hand crank machines like this specifically that were made to honor the Grimm brothers. So the value of this machine, I'll just stick with priceless, but let me just say that what I spent to get this machine, to add it to this contest, had lots of zeros after it. Lots of zeros after it. And I'm more than happy to do that, to give you an extra incentive to donate. So again, between the parameters of what I just gave, didn't I say the 13th and the 17th? Yeah. So between September 13th and September 17th, and on the 17th it's going to end at high noon, you contact the Humane Society, you make a donation, minimum is $50. If you make a $50 donation, your name goes into the hat once. And for every subsequent $50 donation you make in that time period between the 13th and the 17th for this special incentive driver to encourage you to put your life on pause and say, I want to get that machine. That is a treasure of treasures. In all likelihood, there's maybe 9 other machines like this that are still left in the world, and I can add it to my personal collection. So if that gets you excited, which I hope it does, because like I said, I've never seen a machine its equal. Never seen a machine its equal. Then make that donation between the 13th and the 17th and be real generous. Because if you're real generous, you're also going to increase the odds with your name being in the hat more times of getting your name pulled out of that hat and me saying, congratulations, you're the winner of this priceless hand crank with a Robin Hood theme that was made to honor the Grimm brothers from Hanau, Germany. Not to mention, like I said, for every donation you make between the 13th and the 17th, you get entered into this targeted contest to try to win this machine, but you're also going to get a Wonka bar on top of it as well. So it's like you're getting double portions, really. So I hope that motivates you. If you've been sitting on the fence and saying, I believe in the cause, Scott believes in it, I believe in it, but my life is real busy. Well, you've got between the 13th and the 17th to make a targeted donation, minimum $50. I hope you're much more generous than that. And then you can try to win this incredible machine from the 1920s, 1930s that was made as a special machine to honor the incredible contributions of those two brothers that were born in the 1700s, that over their lifetime wrote over 200 children's books. And those were translated and sent all over the world. Possibly you've read some of those stories that they wrote, like Sleeping Beauty. And there's others in a list as well that I saw as I was researching and refreshing my recollection. Again, I lived in this city. I lived in Hanau, Germany for 3 years. But again, what do they say? When you live in a spot, you don't always take advantage of it as much as a tourist. And even though I lived on the economy the whole time, in other words, living on the economy means I could have lived on a military base. There were a number of military bases in the Hanau area, in the Wolfgang, Germany area. But I said, no, I don't want to live on the base. I want to live among the Germans. I want to live on the economy. And I did that the entire time that I was there. And I know I had so much more of a rich experience because of that. No doubt about it. So if you're looking at this machine, which is, by the way, all metal, it's all metal, and it's crafted like you would expect to see an Adler type machine crafted. It's built just beautifully, just built beautifully. Look at even that balance wheel. So much thoughtful design going into it, and I love this base that it's mounted to as well. Just a gorgeous base. And again, just the entire theme here. You've got the bullseye, you've got Robin Hood, you got this beautiful little puppy that is so trusting that Robin Hood is a good shot. I mean, just the entire theme of this incredibly rare machine. It's just fun. And think of the fun you'll have showing it to people when they come by, you know, to visit and see your personal collection. I would imagine that my friend Alex over in the UK, because giving some credit, because otherwise I'm going to get nasty notes, if you go to the earliest periods where Robin Hood was mentioned, which is probably like going all the way back to the 1400s, the earliest mention of a Robin Hood type character was in the UK. It was in England. So I've got to give credit where credit is due. But again, when a fable type story like that evolves and grows and ebbs and flows over decades and decades and decades, other countries are going to adopt it just as Germany did in this case, and they're going to give it their own spin, which is certainly what they did here to honor the Grimm brothers who wrote all of those great children's stories. Are you excited? If you're excited about this incentive that I'm offering to try to get you to step out of the shadows and to get up on this board, look at all the space on that board again. At least all of these donors have some company. Look at poor Paula Noel over there from Florida. She's by her lonesome. And as soon as you all start jumping on this incentive to try to scoop up this incredibly rare machine, again, I would say, without any reservation, it's one of about 10 in the world, because all the other ones, because of one that came out in World War II and all the other stuff that went on in Germany, they were lost or destroyed. So you're going to have a machine that I can say convincingly that no one that you meet in your quilting circles, in your collector circles, or otherwise are going to be able to say, oh, I've got one of those. They're not going to be able to say it. It is a treasure beyond treasure. It truly is just a phenomenal piece. And I don't give it up begrudgingly at all. I give it up with a great deal of excitement because I know that it is going to help to support a fabulous cause, a fabulous cause. So jump on this, would you? First thing Monday. It's got to be between Monday and Friday, between the 13th of September and the 17th of September, which is Monday through Friday. Reach out to the Humane Society, make your donation, tell them when you send that follow-up email, this is a special incentive donation I'm making because I want to scoop up that incredible fairy tale themed hand crank machine that was made in Germany through the Adler Sewing Machine Company in honor of the Grimm brothers. You don't have to say all of that. You can just say, I want to win that really cool machine. How about we just keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. And then Lexi or one of her staff will send me an email saying so-and-so just gave a donation of $200 and they want to be entered in that special incentive drawing to try to win that really cool fairy tale theme machine. Plus, on top of that, you're going to get a Wonka bar that may very well have a golden ticket inside of it. You see where I'm going with this? I believe in this cause so strongly. I believe in all of these critters. And I've visited them. I've met the diamonds. I've met the bruisers. And I've met all of those gorgeous little kitties like that. And like that one up there. And the puppies like this. And like this. They need forever homes. And we've talked about, I got to get off my knees or I'm going to be crippled. We've talked about all the expenses that this Humane Society has to pay up front well before they have somebody identified that has said, okay, I'm going to apply to adopt this animal and I'm going to adopt this animal. Well before they get to that stage of finding someone that wants a diamond like that pit bull terrier or the other pit bull terrier, that the beautiful bruiser dog that I just adore. Before that ever happens, the Humane Society in Oconto is paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars out to cover the shots, the spaying and neutering, all the other wellness type checks that have to be done to make sure that those animals are good to go. Make sure that when you adopt an animal from this Humane Society, like I said to Bruce, it's a turnkey operation. It's turnkey. You can adopt without a worry at all, knowing that cat or dog or bunny or hamster or gerbil or bird or whatever is fully up to snuff and ready to join your family and be your forever friend. Not all humane societies do that. You sometimes will adopt and then you have to pay to get some of those shots. You have to pay to cover other expenses for that animal. That's why this is such an urgent need. They are at full capacity right now, and they would love to be able to take more animals in, but they have to adopt some of these animals out first. And then they have all these expenses associated with these animals before they can ever get to that point of putting that animal up for adoption and saying, okay, Diamond is ready. Okay, Bruiser is ready. Okay, this beautiful kitty has gotten all of its veterinary care. It's all set to be adopted. So it's by heroes for Hank, like Sonny and Craig, and like Mary, and Emma and Apollo. Apollo, by the way, is Emma's Boston Terrier. He is a cutie pie. I've seen pictures of him. Or Scott and Hank, or Jody from California, or Paula from Florida. All of these heroes recognize there's an immediate need. It's almost a crisis. This Humane Society in Oconto has stayed open through the entire pandemic because people like you, people like all of you, have been able to step forward out of the shadows and saying, we're going to keep our Humane Society open, and even if we have to cut hours back, even if we have to reduce other expenses, we're not going to shut down. We're going to keep it going because we believe in it. And I know all of you believe as well in helping critters. You might have a dog or a cat or both, and you say, I adopted mine from a local humane society. And I had, if it weren't for that, I would never have had that companionship through that pandemic. Because again, it's not just what we're doing for the animals, it's what they give back to us. It's that unconditional love. It's that sense of hope. It's that sense of love. It's that sense of feeling like you have a reason to get up in the morning, probably because that puppy is by your bedside saying, hey, I got to go potty. Let me out, right? So, but I want to give you guys every reason to say yes. Say yes to this cause. Say yes to this campaign. What was that, Harold Burmeister? Oh, really? He says he remembers when they were making these machines in Germany. Very cool. I wish I had been there. You're a little bit older than me, Harold Burmeister. No offense. So, say yes. Say yes to helping out a great cause. Say yes to accepting my challenge of pursuing this treasure of a machine to add to your personal collection. Make that donation between the 13th and the 17th. Get your name entered into a special drawing for that machine. Plus, you get a Wonka bar as well that might have a golden ticket in it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because this is a cause worth supporting. It truly is. Let me go back on the tripod so I can free up my hands a little bit here. Put on a little bit more music. Y'all know how I feel about music, right? Plug the camera back in so it doesn't go kaput. So once again, let me change this shot a little bit and kind of zoom in towards that machine again, because I really want to drive home this special incentive I'm offering. So again, if you love animals, number one, and you say, well, I was going to support this cause anyway because Scott believes in it, I believe in it. I want to even take you further than that and give you even more excitement about donating, because I recognize that you in your heart of hearts know it's the right thing to do. You know that you can make a difference for these critters. And but also I want to give something in return to give you a driver to step forward. So that's why I'm offering this machine. This machine is something that I don't know anyone, and I know lots of collectors around the world. No other collectors I know have a machine like this. So I know that whoever gets their mitts on it is going to be the envy of the world when it comes to this fairy tale themed Peter Pan. No, Robin Hood. I'm looking at Peter Pan right now off camera. This special themed Robin Hood machine made to honor Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, that wrote all of those wonderful children's books. And they did that from the same city that I lived in, Hanau, Germany. So you can research that yourself. You can Google it yourself if you want to learn more about these brothers Grimm, as they're referred to oftentimes over in Germany. Just amazing, amazing story and tale of what these men did for the German children and the German culture. I'm looking for music here. All right. Those of you that don't know it, and I'm going to pick a song right now and then kind of explain why I picked it again, because I kind of opened with it as well. Charlie, who is in the Willy Wonka movie, his first name is actually Peter, by the way, and he lives in New York. And he grew up to become a veterinarian. And as a veterinarian, veterinarians oftentimes will specialize with different animals or different groups. Peter Ostrom specialized in working with the dairy industry. He works on farms. He works with farmers. He works in cow country. And so to wrap this premiere up, I'm going to put on music that makes me think of cow country and farms and farmers, and also of Peter Ostrom and the impact that he's making for critters out in New York State. So all of that blah blah blah. Here we go.
Well, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he
Well, thank you
had a
again
cow,
to all the Heroes for Hank that have stepped out so early in this campaign.
They're everywhere.
Heroes like,
Had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
oh, I need to go one more row up. Heroes like Sonny and Craig from Pennsylvania.
Old MacDonald had a farm,
This hero Mary from Washington State that is always willing to step out of the shadows into the light and be generous. Thank you, Mary.
here and a there, here,
Meow.
everywhere. Old MacDonald
Dropping down, Jody from California.
E-I-E-I-O.
Some Scott guy, well, we know Hank, from Wisconsin. Emma and Powell from Florida.
Old MacDonald
And last but certainly not least, on the board all by herself, Paula Noel from Florida. Thank you, Paula, for being so generous in supporting this cause. So jump into this and make a difference, for goodness sakes. And if you know this song, sing along with us, would you?
Old MacDonald had a farm,
E-I-E-I-O,
and on his farm he had some ducks.
E-I-E-I-O.
With a here and a there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Uh-oh. What are you guys laughing at? I must have missed something. All right, let's jam it. Thank you, Heroes for Hank. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, jump in on this incentive again, only from the 13th to the 17th, and scoop up this very, very rare, fairy tale themed sewing machine. All right.